Have you ever noticed how quickly negative thoughts can take over your mind, affecting your mood, decisions, and overall quality of life? Perhaps you often find yourself stuck in repetitive cycles of worry, anxiety, or self-criticism, unable to break free. These negative thought patterns can feel overwhelming and difficult to control, causing significant stress and emotional distress. The truth is, our emotions and actions are heavily influenced by the way we interpret events and experiences. Negative thoughts don't arise from external circumstances alone, but from the meanings and interpretations we attach to those circumstances. The ancient philosophy of Stoicism provides powerful insights into managing negative thoughts effectively by teaching us how to reframe our perspectives. Stoicism emphasizes that emotional suffering doesn't come directly from external events, but from our interpretations and judgments of those events. Marcus Aurelius, the renowned Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, famously stated, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your own estimate of it." This simple yet profound insight clearly highlights how negative emotions stem directly from our own interpretations and reactions. Epictetus similarly taught, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of them." He emphasized clearly the power of changing our perspectives to reduce emotional suffering significantly. Seneca, another influential Stoic thinker, consistently echoed these profound insights, advising his followers to deliberately shift their interpretations of events to improve emotional well-being. Today, modern psychology fully supports Stoicism's powerful insights, clearly demonstrating that reframing negative thoughts significantly reduces stress, anxiety, and emotional reactivity. In this episode, you'll discover exactly how Stoicism can help you effectively reframe negative thoughts, significantly improving your emotional clarity and resilience. You'll learn practical techniques such as cognitive distancing, reframing with gratitude, and intentional perspective shifts to transform your negative thought patterns clearly and consistently. By practicing these powerful techniques, you'll experience reduced stress, improved emotional resilience, healthier relationships, and greater overall happiness. If you're ready to break free from negative thought patterns and cultivate lasting emotional clarity, stay tuned. Remember to subscribe, like, and comment below on True Stoic Way. Your experiences and insights inspire and support our entire community. Together, let's explore deeply how Stoic reframing techniques can significantly transform your emotional life, empowering you to live with greater clarity, resilience, and lasting inner peace. Let me introduce you to Alex, a dedicated professional whose life was often overshadowed by persistent negative thinking. Despite being talented and accomplished, Alex frequently felt overwhelmed by self-doubt, worry, and anxiety. Whenever faced with a new opportunity or challenge, negative thoughts flooded Alex's mind. Thoughts such as, "I'm not good enough," "I'll fail," or "everyone will judge me," dominated Alex's mental landscape, causing significant stress and emotional distress. These negative thought patterns deeply affected Alex's confidence, productivity, and overall happiness. At work, Alex found it difficult to speak up or take initiative, constantly worried about potential criticism or failure. Personal relationships also suffered, as persistent anxiety and negativity made it challenging to connect deeply and authentically with others. Alex desperately wanted to change these negative patterns, but wasn't sure how. One day, feeling exhausted and overwhelmed, Alex discovered the philosophy of Stoicism, particularly its powerful insights about reframing negative thoughts. Intrigued and hopeful, Alex decided to apply practical Stoic techniques in daily life to change these negative thought patterns. Initially, Alex began by simply noticing negative thoughts objectively as they arose. Rather than immediately believing or reacting emotionally to these thoughts, Alex practiced cognitive distancing, viewing thoughts as separate from reality. This simple yet profound practice allowed Alex to observe negative thoughts without becoming emotionally overwhelmed or controlled by them. Next, Alex intentionally practiced reframing negative thoughts using gratitude. When negative thoughts appeared, Alex deliberately shifted focus toward aspects of the situation for which gratitude could be genuinely felt. For example, when anxiety arose about speaking up at work, Alex reminded himself clearly of the opportunity for growth and learning the situation provided. Gradually, this intentional practice of gratitude significantly changed Alex's emotional responses, reducing anxiety and enhancing confidence. Alex also consistently practiced intentional perspective shifts, deliberately choosing new, more empowering interpretations of challenging situations. When negative thoughts emerged, Alex calmly asked, "Is there another way to view this situation that serves me better emotionally and practically?" This practice significantly transformed Alex's emotional experiences, providing greater clarity, resilience, and emotional freedom. Over time, Alex noticed profound changes in both professional and personal life. Confidence increased dramatically, productivity improved, and relationships became healthier and more fulfilling. Colleagues and friends clearly noticed Alex's positive transformation, appreciating the newfound emotional clarity, resilience, and optimism. Alex deeply appreciated Stoicism's powerful techniques for reframing negative thoughts, recognizing clearly how these simple practices had significantly transformed his emotional life. Just like Alex, many of us struggle deeply with negative thoughts, feeling trapped and overwhelmed by persistent worry, anxiety, and self-doubt. But Stoicism offers clear, practical techniques for effectively reframing these negative patterns, significantly improving emotional resilience, clarity, and overall life satisfaction. Throughout this episode, you'll learn exactly how to apply these powerful Stoic techniques consistently and effectively in your daily life. Remember to subscribe, like, and comment on True Stoic Way, sharing your experiences and insights with our supportive community. Together, let's explore deeply how reframing negative thoughts through Stoicism can significantly transform your emotional experiences, providing lasting clarity, resilience, and inner peace. Stoicism provides powerful insights into understanding and managing negative thinking effectively. At its core, Stoicism clearly emphasizes that emotional suffering arises not from external events themselves, but from the way we interpret and react to these events. According to Stoics, negative thoughts and emotions are deeply rooted in our own perceptions and judgments, not external circumstances alone. Marcus Aurelius, the renowned Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, clearly articulated this profound insight in his journal known today as the Meditations. He famously wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it." This simple yet profound statement clearly highlights Stoicism's foundational belief that our negative emotions result directly from our own interpretations and perceptions. Marcus consistently reminded himself that negative reactions were within his own control. By intentionally changing his interpretations and judgments, Marcus significantly reduced emotional distress and cultivated lasting inner peace. Similarly, Epictetus, another influential Stoic philosopher, taught clearly, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of them." Epictetus clearly understood the profound power our thoughts have over our emotions and overall experiences. He emphasized clearly that by changing our perspectives intentionally, we significantly reduce emotional suffering and enhance emotional resilience. Epictetus frequently taught his students the powerful practice of cognitive distancing, clearly separating thoughts from external reality. He reminded his students that thoughts themselves aren't inherently true or factual. Instead, they are subjective interpretations influenced by personal biases, beliefs, and emotions. Recognizing clearly this subjective nature of thoughts empowers individuals to observe negative thoughts objectively without automatically believing or emotionally reacting to them. Seneca, another prominent Stoic thinker, echoed this profound wisdom regarding negative thoughts consistently. He wisely advised, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Seneca clearly recognized that negative thoughts often exaggerate or distort reality, causing unnecessary emotional suffering and anxiety. By intentionally reframing and clearly examining negative thoughts objectively, Seneca believed individuals could significantly reduce emotional distress and enhance emotional clarity. Stoics consistently emphasize the power and importance of clearly distinguishing between reality and subjective interpretations. Negative thoughts frequently arise from distorted, exaggerated interpretations of events, rather than accurate reflections of reality. By intentionally recognizing and reframing these distorted interpretations clearly, Stoics significantly improve their emotional health and resilience. Modern psychology fully supports Stoicism's powerful insights into negative thinking. Research consistently demonstrates clearly that negative thoughts arise primarily from cognitive distortions and subjective interpretations. Common cognitive distortions include catastrophizing, assuming the worst possible outcomes, personalizing, blaming oneself unnecessarily, and black and white thinking, viewing situations in extremes without nuance. These distortions significantly contribute to anxiety, depression, and emotional distress. Psychologists consistently emphasize cognitive reframing, changing distorted interpretations, as a highly effective technique for managing negative thoughts. By intentionally identifying and reframing distorted interpretations clearly, individuals significantly reduce emotional distress and enhance emotional resilience. Stoicism provides practical techniques clearly aligned with modern cognitive reframing approaches. Stoics practiced intentional cognitive distancing, clearly separating their thoughts from external reality. This practice significantly enhanced their ability to objectively evaluate negative thoughts without emotional overwhelm or automatic belief. Stoics also regularly practiced intentional gratitude reframing, deliberately shifting their interpretations toward gratitude and positive perspectives. Marcus Aurelius consistently reminded himself clearly of life's many blessings and opportunities, significantly reducing negative emotional experiences. Seneca intentionally practiced gratitude reframing by regularly reminding himself clearly of life's simple joys and daily blessings. This gratitude practice significantly enhanced his emotional health, resilience, and overall life satisfaction. Stoicism clearly teaches the power of intentional perspective shifts, deliberately choosing empowering interpretations of challenging situations. Epictetus consistently reminded his students clearly of the profound emotional benefits gained from intentionally shifting their perspectives toward greater clarity and resilience. Stoicism consistently emphasizes clearly that negative thoughts aren't inherently true or factual. Instead, they represent subjective interpretations significantly influenced by personal beliefs, biases, and emotional states. By intentionally recognizing and reframing these negative interpretations clearly, Stoics significantly reduced emotional distress and enhanced emotional clarity and resilience. Practically applying Stoicism's powerful insights involves regular mindfulness and intentional reflection. Consistently observing negative thoughts objectively, clearly identifying cognitive distortions, and intentionally reframing interpretations significantly transform emotional experiences. Regular reflective journaling clearly enhances self-awareness and emotional intelligence, providing valuable insights into habitual negative thought patterns and effective reframing strategies. Ultimately, Stoicism clearly views negative thoughts as subjective interpretations rather than objective truths. Consistently practicing intentional reframing, cognitive distancing, and gratitude significantly enhances emotional clarity, resilience, and overall well-being. Stay patient and compassionate with yourself as you practice these powerful Stoic reframing techniques daily. Each intentional moment of reframing significantly transforms your emotional experiences, reducing stress, anxiety, and emotional suffering profoundly. Continue sharing your insights and experiences clearly on True Stoic Way by subscribing, liking, and commenting. Together, let's cultivate lasting emotional clarity, resilience, and inner peace through intentional Stoic reframing practices. Practicing intentional reframing of negative thoughts offers profound emotional and practical benefits that significantly enhance your quality of life. Understanding clearly these benefits can deeply inspire and motivate you to consistently apply Stoic reframing techniques in your daily life. One of the most immediate and powerful benefits of reframing negative thoughts is significantly reduced stress and anxiety. When you consistently identify and reframe distorted interpretations clearly, you reduce emotional distress dramatically. Negative thoughts such as catastrophizing or personalizing situations unnecessarily significantly contribute to heightened stress, anxiety, and emotional overwhelm. Reframing these negative interpretations intentionally and clearly enables you to respond calmly, rationally, and effectively to life's challenges. Modern psychological research consistently supports this benefit, clearly demonstrating cognitive reframing significantly reduces stress hormones and emotional distress. Another powerful benefit of reframing negative thoughts is significantly enhanced emotional resilience. Consistent reframing practice strengthens your ability to clearly manage emotional reactions, empowering you to navigate life's challenges calmly and thoughtfully. Instead of reacting emotionally and impulsively, reframing enables you to respond intentionally and rationally to stressful or challenging situations. This enhanced emotional resilience significantly improves your overall emotional health and well-being, providing lasting inner peace and emotional clarity. Practicing intentional reframing also significantly improves your overall emotional clarity and decision-making abilities. When you clearly recognize and reframe distorted interpretations, you gain valuable emotional clarity. This enhanced clarity significantly improves your ability to make thoughtful, intentional decisions rather than emotionally reactive choices. Consistent reframing practice significantly enhances your overall emotional intelligence, enabling you to manage emotions effectively and thoughtfully. Another significant benefit of reframing negative thoughts is clearly improved relationships, both personally and professionally. When you consistently practice reframing, you become significantly less emotionally reactive and more empathetic and understanding toward others. Clearly recognizing and reframing distorted interpretations significantly reduces conflicts, misunderstandings, and emotional turmoil in relationships. This intentional practice of reframing significantly enhances your communication skills, empathy, and overall relationship satisfaction. Reframing negative thoughts consistently also significantly improves your overall mental health and emotional well-being. Modern psychological research clearly demonstrates reframing significantly reduces symptoms of anxiety, depression, and emotional distress. Consistent reframing practice significantly enhances your emotional resilience, enabling you to manage emotional challenges effectively and calmly. Practicing intentional reframing also significantly boosts your self-confidence and emotional strength. When you clearly identify and reframe distorted interpretations, you become significantly more confident in your ability to handle life's challenges and uncertainties calmly and effectively. This enhanced self-confidence significantly improves your overall emotional strength, empowering you to respond intentionally and thoughtfully rather than emotionally and impulsively. Consistent reframing practice also significantly enhances your overall happiness and life satisfaction. By intentionally shifting your interpretations toward gratitude and positive perspectives, you significantly enhance your emotional well-being and satisfaction. Reframing negative thoughts consistently provides lasting emotional clarity, resilience, and inner peace, significantly improving your overall quality of life. Practicing reframing regularly also significantly improves your physical health and overall vitality. Reduced emotional stress through consistent reframing positively impacts your physical health, significantly reducing stress-related illnesses like hypertension, digestive problems, and chronic fatigue. Reframing practice consistently improves sleep quality, energy levels, and overall physical well-being. Another powerful benefit of reframing negative thoughts is clearly enhanced ethical alignment and emotional integrity. When you consistently practice reframing, you align your interpretations and actions clearly with your core values and virtues. This ethical alignment significantly enhances your emotional clarity, integrity, and overall sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. Intentional reframing also significantly deepens your gratitude and appreciation for life's simple joys. Consistently reframing distorted interpretations toward gratitude significantly enhances your emotional health, deepening your overall sense of joy, contentment, and fulfillment. Practicing reframing regularly also significantly enhances your ability to manage difficult emotions effectively. Clearly identifying and reframing distorted interpretations empowers you to respond intentionally rather than react impulsively to strong emotions. This enhanced emotional management significantly improves your emotional resilience, clarity, and overall emotional health. Ultimately, the benefits of consistently practicing intentional reframing of negative thoughts are profound and transformative. reduced stress, enhanced emotional resilience, improved relationships, greater emotional clarity, better decision-making abilities, improved mental and physical health, boosted self-confidence, ethical alignment, deeper gratitude, and effective emotional management all become natural and consistent parts of your emotional experience. Remember, these remarkable benefits develop gradually through consistent, intentional reframing practice. Stay patient and compassionate with yourself as you deepen your reframing practice daily. Celebrate each intentional moment of reframing, clearly recognizing how profoundly these simple acts transform your emotional health, resilience, and overall life satisfaction. Stay engaged, share your experiences, and continue supporting our community here on True Stoic Way. Together, let's cultivate lasting emotional clarity, resilience, and inner peace through consistent, intentional reframing practice. Now that you clearly understand the powerful benefits of reframing negative thoughts, let's explore practical Stoic techniques you can apply daily to effectively transform your negative thinking. These actionable strategies, inspired by ancient Stoicism and supported by modern psychology, will empower you to consistently reframe negative thoughts, significantly enhancing your emotional clarity and resilience. The first powerful Stoic technique is cognitive distancing, or clearly separating your thoughts from external reality. To practice cognitive distancing effectively, intentionally observe your negative thoughts objectively as they arise. Instead of immediately believing or emotionally reacting to them, clearly remind yourself that thoughts aren't inherently true or factual. View your negative thoughts clearly as subjective interpretations influenced by personal biases and emotions. Regularly practicing cognitive distancing significantly reduces emotional distress and enhances emotional clarity. Another effective Stoic reframing technique is reframing with gratitude. Whenever negative thoughts arise, intentionally shift your interpretation toward gratitude and positive perspectives. Clearly identify specific aspects of the situation or your life for which you genuinely feel grateful. Regularly practicing intentional gratitude, reframing significantly transforms negative emotional reactions, reducing anxiety, stress, and emotional overwhelm. Marcus Aurelius consistently practiced gratitude reframing, regularly reminding himself clearly of life's blessings and opportunities. Similarly, Seneca intentionally reframed negative thoughts with gratitude, clearly enhancing his emotional health, resilience, and overall life satisfaction. Another practical Stoic technique involves intentional perspective shifts. When negative thoughts emerge, calmly and objectively ask yourself, is there another way to interpret this situation that serves me better emotionally and practically? Clearly explore alternative, empowering interpretations intentionally, significantly transforming your emotional experiences and reducing emotional distress. Consistently practicing intentional perspective shifts significantly enhances your emotional clarity, resilience, and overall well-being. Reflective journaling is another powerful Stoic technique for reframing negative thoughts. Each evening, set aside a few minutes to clearly reflect on your daily experiences and emotional reactions. Ask yourself reflective questions intentionally, such as, what negative thoughts dominated my day? Were my interpretations accurate or distorted? How could I have reframed these thoughts clearly and intentionally? Consistent reflective journaling significantly enhances your emotional self-awareness, empowering you to identify and reframe negative thought patterns effectively. Practicing mindful observation of negative thoughts is another valuable Stoic technique. Whenever negative thoughts arise, intentionally pause and calmly observe them objectively. Clearly notice physical sensations, emotional reactions, and specific thought patterns without immediate judgment or emotional reaction. Simply observing your negative thoughts objectively significantly reduces emotional distress, enhancing your emotional clarity and reframing capacity. Stoic-inspired affirmations can also effectively support your reframing practice. Regularly repeat affirmations clearly and intentionally, such as, I observe my thoughts objectively, or I intentionally choose positive interpretations. These affirmations reinforce your commitment to consistently practice intentional reframing, significantly enhancing your emotional resilience and clarity. Another practical Stoic reframing technique involves regularly distinguishing clearly between reality and subjective interpretations. Whenever negative thoughts arise, clearly ask yourself, is this interpretation objectively accurate or emotionally distorted? Intentionally identifying distorted interpretations significantly enhances your emotional clarity, empowering you to consistently reframe negative thoughts effectively. Practicing intentional grounding exercises can also significantly enhance your reframing practice. When overwhelmed by negative thoughts, intentionally ground yourself physically by noticing your physical sensations clearly and objectively. Feel your feet firmly on the ground, consciously relaxing any physical tension or emotional stress. Physical grounding instantly enhances emotional clarity, significantly reducing negative thought intensity and emotional distress. Regular Stoic-inspired meditation or mindfulness practice also significantly enhances reframing effectiveness. Set aside quiet moments daily to intentionally observe your thoughts calmly and objectively. Clearly notice negative thought patterns without immediate emotional reaction or judgment. Regular meditation significantly enhances your emotional clarity, resilience, and reframing capacity. Finally, consistently practice Stoic-inspired self-assessment to enhance your reframing effectiveness clearly. Regularly evaluate your reframing progress objectively, clearly identifying emotional growth areas and ongoing challenges. Ask yourself intentionally, am I becoming more effective at reframing negative thoughts clearly? What reframing strategies work best for me consistently? How can I deepen my reframing practice further? Regular self-assessment significantly enhances your emotional intelligence and reframing effectiveness, providing lasting emotional clarity and resilience. By consistently practicing these powerful Stoic-inspired reframing techniques, cognitive distancing, gratitude reframing, intentional perspective shifts, reflective journaling, mindful observation, affirmations distinguishing clearly between reality and subjective interpretations, grounding exercises, meditation, and regular self-assessment, you profoundly transform your emotional experiences and resilience. Remember, cultivating effective reframing requires consistent, intentional practice. Stay patient and compassionate with yourself as you deepen your reframing practice daily. Celebrate each intentional reframing moment clearly, recognizing profoundly how these simple acts significantly transform your emotional health, resilience, and overall life satisfaction. Stay engaged, share your experiences, and continue supporting our community here on True Stoic Way. Together, let's cultivate lasting emotional clarity, resilience, and inner peace through consistent Stoic reframing practice. Now, let's practice a powerful Stoic-inspired exercise to effectively reframe negative thoughts. Find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably, gently close your eyes, and take a slow, calming breath in through your nose. Hold it briefly, then slowly exhale through your mouth, releasing any tension or stress. Take a few more slow, mindful breaths, feeling yourself becoming increasingly calm and focused. Now gently bring to mind a recent situation that triggered strong negative thoughts or emotional reactions. Clearly visualize this situation, objectively noticing the negative thoughts that arose within you. Observe these negative thoughts clearly and calmly, recognizing them as subjective interpretations rather than objective realities. Intentionally practice cognitive distancing, reminding yourself clearly that these thoughts aren't necessarily true or factual. Next, calmly identify any cognitive distortions present in these negative thoughts, such as catastrophizing, personalizing, or black and white thinking. Clearly recognize how these distortions significantly intensified your emotional distress unnecessarily. Now intentionally shift your interpretation toward gratitude and positive perspectives. Ask yourself clearly, what aspects of this situation can I genuinely appreciate or feel grateful for? Identify clearly and intentionally specific aspects or opportunities within this challenging situation. Feel deeply the emotional shift and relief provided by this intentional gratitude reframing practice. Next, intentionally practice a perspective shift by clearly exploring alternative interpretations of this situation. Calmly ask yourself, Is there another way to interpret this situation that serves me better emotionally and practically? Clearly and intentionally explore alternative, empowering interpretations that significantly reduce emotional distress and enhance emotional clarity. Visualize yourself responding calmly, intentionally, and rationally with this new positive interpretation. Clearly experience the emotional clarity, resilience, and relief provided by intentional reframing. Now, intentionally ground yourself physically by clearly noticing physical sensations, such as your feet firmly on the ground and your body comfortably seated. Consciously relax any remaining tension or stress, clearly enhancing your emotional clarity and reframing effectiveness. Finally, affirm gently and intentionally to yourself your commitment to regularly practicing intentional reframing. Clearly remind yourself of the powerful emotional benefits reframing provides. Reduce stress, enhanced resilience, improve relationships, and lasting inner peace. Take one final deep breath, clearly savoring the emotional clarity, resilience, and peace cultivated through this intentional reframing exercise. Slowly bring your awareness back to your immediate surroundings, feeling refreshed, calm, and emotionally balanced. When you're ready, gently open your eyes, carrying this clear, intentional reframing perspective into the rest of your day or evening. Regularly practice this intentional reframing exercise, ideally daily, to significantly enhance your emotional clarity, resilience, and overall well-being. Remember, effective reframing is developed gradually through consistent, intentional practice. Stay patient and compassionate with yourself as you deepen your reframing practice daily. Each intentional moment of reframing profoundly transforms your emotional health, resilience, and overall life satisfaction. Continue sharing your reframing journey on True Stoic Way by subscribing, liking, and commenting. Your insights and experiences inspire and support our collective growth toward lasting emotional clarity, resilience, and inner peace through consistent Stoic reframing practice. Remember, cultivating effective reframing of negative thoughts is a gradual and rewarding journey. Each intentional moment you spend clearly reframing negative interpretations significantly enhances your emotional resilience, clarity, and inner peace. The Stoics deeply understood that emotional suffering arises primarily from our own distorted interpretations, rather than external events themselves. Marcus Aurelius clearly reminded us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Consistent practice of intentional reframing significantly empowers you to reclaim control over your emotional experiences. Stay patient and compassionate with yourself as you continue your reframing practice daily. Celebrate each small, intentional reframing moment, clearly recognizing how these simple acts profoundly transform your emotional health and overall life satisfaction. Regular reframing practice significantly reduces stress, anxiety, and emotional distress, providing lasting emotional clarity, resilience, and inner peace. Your consistent reframing practice positively impacts not only your emotional experiences, but also your relationships, decision-making, and overall life satisfaction. Stay engaged with our supportive community here at True Stoic Way by subscribing, liking, and sharing your insights and experiences. Your active participation inspires and supports our collective journey toward emotional mastery, resilience, and lasting inner peace through consistent Stoic reframing practice. Together, let's continue cultivating profound emotional clarity, resilience, and fulfillment through consistent, intentional reframing. Your commitment to regular reframing practice significantly enhances your emotional strength, clarity, and overall well-being. Stay committed, stay consistent, and clearly witness firsthand the profound emotional benefits intentional reframing provides. We've deeply explored powerful Stoic techniques for effectively reframing negative thoughts, significantly transforming your emotional experiences. You've clearly learned that emotional suffering arises primarily from distorted interpretations rather than external events alone. Through practical Stoic techniques like cognitive distancing, gratitude reframing, intentional perspective shifts, reflective journaling, mindful observation, grounding exercises, and affirmations, you now have powerful tools to consistently reframe negative thoughts. Remember, intentional reframing is essential for emotional clarity, resilience, and lasting inner peace. Each moment you practice intentional reframing profoundly transforms your emotional health, relationships, decision-making abilities, and overall life satisfaction. Now it's your turn to actively practice these powerful Stoic reframing techniques consistently in your daily life. Commit today to regularly applying cognitive distancing, gratitude reframing, intentional perspective shifts, and reflective journaling. Clearly observe how your emotional clarity, resilience, and overall happiness significantly improve through regular reframing practice. If you found today's insights valuable, please support our growing community here at True Stoic Way. Subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share your experiences and insights in the comments below. Your active participation clearly inspires and supports others on their emotional mastery journey. Remember, each intentional reframing moment significantly enhances your emotional clarity, resilience, and lasting inner peace. Stay patient, compassionate, and committed to your reframing practice daily. Thank you for joining me today on Inner Stillness, a Stoic journey to emotional mastery.